Deception always has a price. Life lessons from Genesis 27:40-45. The Bible, in its profound narratives, often unravels the complexities of human nature and the consequences of our choices. One such poignant story is that of Rebekah, Jacob, and Esau in Genesis 27. This story isn't just an ancient tale but a timeless lesson about deception, trust, and the repercussions of trying to force outcomes according to our limited understanding. The context of deception: Rebekah, driven by her love for Jacob and a desire to see God's promise fulfilled through him, orchestrated a plan to deceive her husband Isaac into blessing Jacob instead of Esau. While her intentions may have seemed aligned with God's prophecy, the method she chose led to unforeseen consequences. After the deception, Esau's wrath was so intense that Rebekah feared for Jacob's life and sent him away, thinking it would only be for a short time. The unexpected outcome: Rebekah's plan, though successful in the short term, had long-term repercussions. What she thought would be a brief separation turned into a 20-year exile for Jacob. During this time, Rebekah passed away, never seeing her beloved son again. This outcome was far from what she had envisioned when she took matters into her own hands. Trusting in God's timing: this story highlights a critical lesson. While human initiative is essential, it must be balanced with trust in God's timing and methods. Rebekah's actions, driven by impatience and fear, contrast sharply with the patience and faith that God calls us to embody. In our lives, too, we often face situations where waiting and trusting seem unbearable. We might be tempted to force outcomes, thinking we know best. However, the story of Jacob and Esau reminds us that such actions can lead to unintended and often painful consequences. The power of faith and patience. Trusting God doesn't mean being passive. It means being actively faithful, making decisions that align with divine principles, and being open to the unexpected ways God can work in our lives. When we rush ahead with our plans, we might miss the greater, more beautiful plans that God has in store for us. Rebekah's story is a call to embrace patience and faith, to wait on God's timing, and to trust that He can accomplish His purposes without our manipulation. A call to reflect and trust. Reflecting on Genesis 27:42-45, we are encouraged to look at our own lives. Are there areas where we are trying to control outcomes out of fear or impatience? Are we open to the possibility that God might have a better plan, even if it unfolds differently from what we expect? The lesson here is clear: deception, even with good intentions, always has a price. But faith and patience, though challenging, lead to true fulfillment and peace. Conclusion: the story of Rebekah and Jacob teaches us that trust in God's plan requires patience and a willingness to let go of our need to control. By doing so, we open ourselves to the surprising and often miraculous ways God works in our lives. As we navigate our own journeys, may we remember that God's plans are always worth waiting for, and may we find peace in trusting His perfect timing. Come back tomorrow for more life lessons of the Bible. Let us know in the comments if this lesson has been helpful to you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell.